Hi guys, hey, let me meet everybody. It's Michele and Dalene. I have my other ears on today because the old aerodynamic ears are kaput, and we did order 2 new sets, but they're not gonna be here today. In fact, they probably will be here Monday or Tuesday, I would think, since they're coming from Tennessee. But I wanted to talk about a couple different things. I do want to do spirituality discussion. I think we'll do that as a separate video, because today I want to talk about some things that are kind of vlog-like. Number one is I wanted to, first of all, yes, my cat, my steamy cat, is I wanted to cover just briefly what we've been talking about on my channel, and some people find frustrating. Okay? I'm sorry if the discussion of trying to promote my other channels upset you. I'm not trying to upset you. It was just, like I said, I'm just trying to diversify my channel portfolio by covering more topics on the other channels. And the reason is that no one knows how long my channel is going to exist. Not because anything I'm doing wrong, of course, but because the fact is that YouTube is losing money for YouTube. YouTube is not making money right now. It's losing money. It always has lost money. It's just that recently, because of the different policies of different companies and different content management over the years, that nobody knows if we're coming or going as a platform. And so many of the people I've talked to said is you need to diversify, which is fine. But that also means that I have to have content on all the platforms. And so, otherwise, you can talk about whatever platform you want, but if you have no content on it, then you're not even eating your own dog food. Or cat food, if you are a cat lover, not a dog lover, but whatever. But unfortunately, that frustrates a lot of my YouTube audience, who often realize that this is my main platform. So, yeah. So, don't be too upset, because I do need to promote those other platforms on occasion. We are now using a program, after the videos are ready, that will now create time points to help you now know where we're talking about in that time point, which should make things a lot easier for you to now know what the topic's about. It's not perfect, but it certainly means, especially for very long live streams, that you can fast forward through to get to the next topic of interest. And that is why we're using something called Tammy AI. Tammy AI was recommended by one of my viewers who decided to start writing it on my videos and showing me the table of contents that Tammy AI pulled up. And I said, you know what? This is perfect, because I've been trying to figure out how to get time points working, and apparently the automatic system wasn't working at finding out the time points. This time point information helps me by giving me a way to figure out what we talk about, because we talk about so many different topics. So on this video here, right now, you'll see it under the comments, and for now, but I can pin my time, date, stamp comments so you can find them. Or if I make the description short enough, maybe I can put it in the description instead. We'll see what we can do with that. The next thing is that I want to again remind all of my viewers that I'm very thankful for your support. We are trying, me and Lumi are trying to change things on this channel. And one of the ways is we want to focus more on videos. I already explained over and over and over again. I'm not going to rehash it. Go back and watch all the live streams talking about the yellow dollar sign, the lack of apathy from YouTube on live streams. Trust me, you can find it. Use the time points that are in the featured videos to discuss it. The next topic is not long enough to really be its own video, but I did get some new XLR connectors for my installation of plugs. And this is a brand new switchcraft connectors. 3 of them, 3 female connectors. And you can see it's still in the original sealed package from Switchcraft. It has never been opened. So basically now I got 3 brand new connectors that we can use to make new cables. And someday soon we'll put these to work. Right now I don't need them at this minute, but we don't have them. And I am very happy that our channel is growing, but I do want to cover some more technical stuff. But I know that the Pig Hog cable review sounded more like an advertisement for Pig Hog. It kind of was, but I wasn't sponsored by Pig Hog. I was just hog wild about the cord. A little bit of a pun. But seriously, the cables are good cables. I'm using them right now, and they are certainly solid. But it certainly didn't exactly warrant a huge video just showing a interconnect cable. It really wasn't that big of a deal. Other than to say is that I am the kind of person that wants things to be its very best if possible. Unfortunately, that doesn't necessarily always bode well for me, because sometimes I'm just not the best spokesperson for quality, even though I want to be. Because you see, the problem with me is we've talked about the videos, and what about the video quality? I'm not much of an outward going person. In a sense, I tend to do things pretty much by myself or among very, very, very trusted friends. And so when I first came on the YouTube, doing videos in 2011, if you remember that May, I was extremely nervous. I didn't know what I was going to do. It was a rainy, soggy, I believe it was a Sunday or something like that. I think it was Saturday or Sunday. And I sat there, and I originally had these big ideas I wanted to do, a big intro song, intro scene, everything. Lots of A-roll, B-roll. What really hog wild into the deep of the video editing on Final Cut version 4. And it was interesting, but it was my first video, and I thought I was going to get a copyright strike from Tarja Turunen, and all I got was a claim. And so I deleted the video off of YouTube, thinking that I was going to get struck. And so I didn't get struck, but I just thought it was going to be, I was so new, I didn't understand nothing. So I was like, is this mean I'm going to get a strike or not? I didn't know. So I deleted it. And unfortunately, I don't have any copies of the original video as originally was written. So that's one of the reasons why we have nothing to go back on historically. That's one of the reasons why I really get upset when YouTube, they think something's wrong and they delete a video without me at least having a local copy of it. I tend to get upset because it's like, oh my God, I don't have a copy of that anywhere. And so how can I be sure that if I ever want to go back to the video, I can't because they deleted it. For example, YouTube deleted my video installing Linux on my Power Mac, my 2004 Mac, iMac. So 2004 iMac, and they removed my video. They didn't explain why, but I heard other people say the same thing, that if you mention Linux or show Linux installs, that they will remove your video at that time. I still don't get the reason, but that's what they did. So unfortunately, because they deleted it, I couldn't download it or save it. So it was gone. They did that to me a couple times. I like to use the YouTube as my scrapbook. So like many videos I do, I like to keep them there in my scrapbook, so I can go back and kind of like some people have home movies. These videos are kind of like my home movies too. So they're not just for revenue generation, but they're also because they're points in my life. Or what I'm saying is, what was I thinking, say, on January 27th and 2024. I can go back to this video, vlog 01272024. I don't know what the title is going to be yet. Probably about, my personal reflections on my life or something. Maybe that'll be the video, that title. I don't know. But a lot of people over the years have embraced my videos because I'm honest and I'm factual, and I do my best to give the facts. But of course, I am a human being, so emotions do get kicked in there. Sometimes I can get just as misled, wishy-washy as anyone else is, because I am a human being. I am not infallible or perfect. So, I took some time today to spend some time with Lumi, and we did some meditation and asking ourselves some tough questions about, where are we going emotionally? What am I feeling deep inside my life? And I don't know why. I just, every now and then when I put the music on, next thing you know, I'm thinking about dancing. And of course, I know why, because music makes me feel groovy, But again, Carmen Miranda was involved. I was asking her, in the Carmen Miranda, in our meditation state, Alice Wall was asking her out of the meditational state. I said, what is it about dancing that interests me, but I can't explain it in words? I never really got into dance. I always loved figure skating, and I've always enjoyed figure skating, watching it. I remember we watched a couple of weeks ago, we watched Ice Castles in Silver Moon Drive movie theaters. Movies. And, I gotcha, a cat. And we watched that movie together, and it was a great movie. And Ice Castles was very emotional because of what happened in the end to the young lady. And I'm not going to spoil the plot. Just watch the movie, okay? Yes, it's a romance. Yes, it's also about overcoming challenges and complications in life. And it's a really good movie, okay? But, and one of the things I keep saying to Carmen Miranda is, Lumi is upset. she may not say it to you, to your face. And she said, I know she's upset. She thinks I'm going to steal you away. I don't want to steal you away, Michelle. I want you to be at your, be able to achieve your dreams or your goals. I said, it's funny. I didn't even think about ever being a dancer. I always thought about being a figure skater. And she said, well, why can't you be both? And then she and I, even though it was me and Lumi that did this, me and Lumi, in the dream we had, Carmen Miranda was injured, slightly injured, and she wouldn't be able to do a routine while I was in New York City. But me and Lumi had practiced the routine as friends and as partners. And so I managed to call up Lumi from the theater I was to perform. And I said, the main actress or the main dancer got hurt. No, this was not Carmen. This was another main dancer. Because Carmen was already off the roster for the troupe. And she can't do the show. We have the shows tonight. We have to get this in. And unfortunately, we don't know anybody else that knows the routine. Now, you and I did it for fun. Would you want to try to perform in front of the stage, in front of the audience? And she said, yeah. So Lumi and I met over there at Monaheim Station, which is the new Penn Central terminal, and then we came back to the theater and we just reviewed the routine and let me practice it. She remember we practiced it as friends, and she said, okay, this is easy enough to do. I could do this. Because she's just I would be performing as the main dancer. She'd be a supporting dancer. And we did fine. And then she said to me, well, what you do? How would it be if you did it on ice skates? Well, it was already winter. Rockefeller Center ice rink was open. And I said, you know what? I don't know. Let's go for it. And so we did the same dancing on ice skates. But we tend to do things close to the compulsory figure ice skating, not the one with the explosive jumps and all that stuff. It's more like, a more of a gentle ice dancing. So Lumi and I are in Rockefeller Center, and we're doing a routine. And the song that we were playing at the time was from Ice Castles. And as we were doing the practice routine, don't let this feeling end, it was emotional. It was like, in real life, I was actually starting to tear up too, because I was like, oh my God, this is exactly what I wanted to do in real life if I wasn't, such a klutz. And it was perfect. I mean, the vision, the camera angles, everything was just, you could see the whole motion in Lumi's face. Lumi was so relieved. Now remember, at this point, Lumi and I are physically separate people, and we normally reside in Silver Moon. So we came to Earth to do a dance routine. And people were watching us from outside of the rink at Rockefeller. And one of them said, you know what? How come Silver Moon isn't in the US in the World Olympic Games? These two are some of the best team figure skaters that we've ever seen. And so it was decided, well, Silver Moon doesn't have a presence in the World Olympic Games because it's on another planet. But they made an exemption. They said, well, if Michelle can pass nationals and Lumi can pass nationals, they could probably go to the Olympics. Remember, we never were competed under International Skating Union rules. And so here we are. We're up we chose the music again. We wanted something that spoke volumes, and we picked a song that was, again, very, very emotional, very powerful, and you could hear, the emotional energy of the music. And so as I'm listening to this with Lumi, and we're, both listening to it together, and she's like, yeah, this is what I'm talking about. I mean, this is emotional. She's starting to tear up. This is what I'm talking about. This is why you and I are together. It's not because I'm not necessarily jealous of Carmen in real life. I know Carmen is trying to help us to express our other side of our skill set. But, the reason why originally I got upset with Carmen Miranda was the fact is she seemed like she was wanting to be more than just a coach. And I said, well, you know as well as I do, that's the next life. This life, it's me and you. It's not me and Carmen. You and I are together. And we are always going to be together. Lumi and Finistra, so Tammy AI knows, is I share this body with Lumi. This body has two souls. And it's funny, I pulled up a interesting picture on Night Cafe AI. It was supposed to be me and Carmen, and it actually showed me conjoined with Lumi. And I said to myself, well, this is fascinating, but the title of the scene is wrong. It's not Carmen Miranda conjoined with Lumi or me. It's Lumi and Finistra conjoined with me. And so I'm like, I can't use this picture, even though it's really cute. It's kind of neat. It's what I wanted to use originally when I was trying to show me and Lumi. So I think I'm going to maybe take a snapshot of the AI picture and put it up on my my Discord page. But I'm going to obviously make sure people understand that that's really the problem is that the Lumi in the picture is got Carmen Miranda's headdress on her, and she's like, and it's like. But then again, I wonder if the AI software is trying to say something else. I don't think it's meant to be sinister, but I'm going to throw it out there. Maybe the AI is trying to say is, maybe you and Carmen Miranda are meant to be conjoined together. Perhaps chance. I don't think so, but I just think Michelle pulled up a picture one time that says, President Donald Trump meets with the Silver Moon government officials, and instead of having one Donald Trump, you have 6 of them meeting with one guy, which is the regent. And so AI seems to be implying that Donald Trump is, because he is a Gemini, if he has many faces, many facets to a personality, which is true as a Gemini, but there's not 6 Donald Trumps meeting with one regent of Silver Moon. Those pictures were so weird we couldn't even really put them anywhere. And as far as the other picture Michelle's talking about, I feel very, very uncomfortable with the shot because it doesn't look like me. It doesn't quite look like Michelle. And I feel that it just doesn't fit anywhere in our story. It just don't. But it seems the AI software decided to generate that picture. Why they generated that picture, I don't know. Likewise, I have no idea how Tammy AI is going to deal with the fact that me and Michelle are both in the same physical body, and yet we have different voices. I don't know if the software is going to pick up on the software difference and create a new table of contents so you know when I'm talking or not. So let's just hope even if Michelle has to manually create a timestamp or something to add to this, or it doesn't get too crazy. But I don't see Michelle and Carmen Miranda being like me and Michelle are, because Carmen is a visiting soul. Her job is to come in like a case manager or a support person. She's not meant to be here 24/7. She's not. But I do find I am a little bit threatened by her, because the fact is that the spiritual Carmen Miranda does like Michelle a lot more than she will publicly tell you. I know Michelle likes her too, and it makes me feel like, what am I supposed to say here? But yet, with today's meditation, Michelle reaffirmed to me that I am still her main one. I'm still the one that she loves. You're the one, just like they sing in Grease, the soundtrack. You're the one that I want. And the figure skating, Michelle was dancing with me. Ice dancing. It was not with Carmen Miranda. Carmen Miranda was in the audience, but she wasn't dancing with Michelle. There was a few other scenes where Michelle did dance with a few other people, but it's always seemed to be, for a while, Michelle, Carmen, Michelle, and Carmen, Michelle, and Carmen. And I got upset about that, because I was like, I'm married to you, not Carmen. Why are you focusing so much on her when you are married to me? And I was getting upset because I couldn't understand why. And then I began to understand it, which is this. Apparently, Michelle has a secret side. Not everybody knows it. Michelle is mainly an introvert, and she does pretty much live within her own head. She doesn't necessarily share everything with the audience. And one of the things is, she deep down would like to be a performer. She'd love to be on stage. She's got the chops. She's got what it takes. But when it comes to actually getting up on stage, she has anxiety, and it's like, I don't know if I could dance like that. I don't know if I could sing like that. And one of the reasons is because people made fun of her, and even as a child. And yet, now we're seeing Michelle is starting to come out of her shell, which is a great thing. And I'm really happy for that, because Carmen Miranda had been actually teaching Michelle to kind of work to get over her hurdles. And Michelle was very grateful for that. But at the same time, I know that in my next life, which me and Michelle wrote our life charts, and I'm going to amend mine a bit, is I was supposed to marry a blood elf politician. And I wanted to be his wife, because he was a mage. He was supposed to be this high-ranking official working under the regent Lothron's cabinet. And but then I figured it out on my own, is all he wanted me for was a trophy wife. He didn't really love me. He just wanted me to be just someone that he could parade around to his political friends. And then the night that Michelle danced with Carmen Miranda to Vic Dana's Red Rose is a Blue Lady, and I broke down and cried and ran into the ladies' room, I saw the real Michelle's heart break, because she was like, oof, now what? If this is the future, I'm going to end up hurting Lumi, because, but but then she said, but what about Valenia? Valenia is not Carmen. Valenia is this other girl that Michelle's living with that, they really had something going too. But it seemed like there was more of a relationship of convenience. Kind of like mine with that mage. You know, they got along good. They were good friends. They were friends with benefits, kind of thing. But for some reason, there really wasn't as much passion between the two. No more with me than my mage husband, and so after that night, me and Michelle for a while kind of got a little bit upset, but we kind of went, well, maybe we need to reassess the situation. Because I think we're both making a mistake. And so we're going to try to change the life charts to remain together as much as we can, because I mean, if we are physically separate people, as we were doing the ice skating, we were physically separate people. Okay? And it was important. There was an emotional release that had to come out. And it's hard for me to explain it, because some people think, oh, this is an act, this is bullshit. No, it's not. I've seen people try to play these skits, kind of characters. This isn't. You can tell the genuine thing from the fakes. You just gotta listen. And so I'm kind of glad in the end Michelle had decided to dance with figure skate ice dancing with me instead of Carmen, which was not necessarily good at ice skates in the first place. After all, she's used to being in an area that's very warm, and ice skating isn't exactly the thing down in Rio de Janeiro. They don't have ice skating rinks down there. At least not then. So she never really had experience with ice skates. But it was just beautiful. I mean, I know it's hard to explain that. It's hard to explain it, but the other thing is that I definitely do feel that I've benefited a lot from what I've been seeing, in these meditational periods. That helps me to understand more of what is going on with my heart, my spiritual heart. And I'm also understand that some of the people think I'm all business and no fun and all that. That's not the case. I do love having fun and doing good stuff. Of course you do. And even if Tammy AI doesn't get it right about me versus you being in the same body, the most important thing is, people ask this question, is how do you and Michelle deal with things when you guys have a fight? Well, we just quietly close the door and leave each other alone for a while. And then when we get a chance to relax and think about it, we'll kind of come together and say, can we talk? And that's when we start talking and discuss through. Sometimes we do it in a meditational state, like the music today. Michelle loves music, and that makes sense with the dancing part. But also, it helps her to kind of liberate her emotions a little more. If you listen to Silver Moon Radio long enough, you'll notice that. The music shows when she's actually singing. Even if she sounds terrible, the words are not the right words. It's not the point. It's the fact is that she's expressing something in a way that's heartfelt, even if the words come out wrong. In my case, it's almost like the song by Jim Croce. I just want to tell you I love you in the song. And tonight she did. Yeah. So I guess I have to come up with reevaluate my life chart again. Technically, my soul contract is not up yet. I still have to complete one life. It doesn't have to be an earth, thank goodness. But in a way, do I really have a soul contract? Well, that's kind of complicated. Because that's going to be a whole nother video and it's all right. We'll just leave that one alone for now. But the soul contracts thing, we'll discuss that maybe in another video. But this is a vlog because that is very emotional and it's really hard to explain to some people why Michele feels like she does or why I feel the way I do. So let me just tell you right now, Michele has been working really hard to try to become self-sufficient, to achieve a level of success in her life. And there's some people out there on the internet that do not like that she's making inroads in a positive way and is it achieved the following of supporters. Let me just tell you, people, Michele Marie Dalene is my spouse. She is my wife. I'm her wife. We have been together since 2011. We were dating before that, and then when I accepted her hand marriage on May 1st, 2011, we've been together since. This woman is a very dynamic person, stubborn as a mule, but when she has her reasons, she's stubborn because there's something she believes and she's going to fight tenaciously for it. And she also wants to show the world that even though she has multiple handicaps, that she wants to do her best to try to succeed. And I think that says a lot about Michele. I keep forgetting we don't have the soundboard right now, but that's okay. If we really want that applause, we could do that. But maybe the audience can add the applause when they're watching this video. I need Michele, and Michele needs me. We work together. And that's the way it is. And I think also that, excuse me, that when I look at how far we have come, I didn't even think it was even to go this far. No, I thought you were probably kind of just remain a small little channel in some cul-de-sac somewhere, no one really watched. I am very glad that you and me have achieved much more than we've expected since 2011. We've achieved a lot in our content. And I am so thankful that we have achieved that. And I really, really am so thankful for Michele and the things that even I've learned things with Michele, just as Michele has learned things from me. And I guess that's really all I can say. I mean, of course, sometimes I wish we were physically separate people now so I could actually hug her. Well, we kind of hug. Kind of. Yeah, we do kind of hug. And the thing is, is there anything that you find about my channel that frustrates you? Yeah, I think some people with good intentions are trying to give you suggestions, but I think that they get a bit upset when you say you can't do them or you don't think that's going to work for your channel. But Michele has to focus on content that she feels ready to do. Sometimes Michele, remember, you went from being an introverted, shy person to a person that's now getting out on camera and talking to an audience, and despite multiple handicaps. And so people like that, you have to give them the right opportunities to learn about themselves and who they are. And that's important. You can't rush people with Asperger's. They can't be rushed. If you rush them, they can go into shutdown mode, which means that they're not going to listen to you. They're just going to go, no, 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 no. And part of it has to do with comfort. If Michele feels comfortable, ready to engage, she's going to do that. She will engage you. She will engage the audience. She'll talk to the audience. But she has to feel ready for that. It's true. However, let me say this much. There are also people in the audience that are not there and wishing Michele the best. I'm not giving names because I probably don't even know all of them. But there are people that do not want Michele to grow. They do not want Michele to be successful. I don't know why they don't want Michele to be successful, but they're out there. They're sinister, they're dark, they're just not nice people. I want Michele to continue her, social growth. I want her to continue to succeed. I want to see that. And I know Michele, because of her Asperger, sometimes tends to repeat things a lot. But if you ever think about it, it's because she has a passion and she wants you to understand what's going on. And sometimes she'll repeat things because she feels they are very important and that you all need to know them. And so she wants you to know them. And so sometimes she feels she has to just keep pounding it over and over and over again. True. Very true. Now, we haven't done much videos on your channel lately. Is there personally any reason why you haven't? I don't always know if I have an idea for a topic. I mean, sometimes I do. But we spend so much time together on your channel more than I do on mine that when I'm doing a topic on my own, I feel like I'm missing something. Because you try to do the same thing on your channel. You try to do topics separate from me, and it seems like it just doesn't quite feel the same. But when we collaborate together, we share information to the world that is more enriching. Yeah. If that makes any sense. It does, yeah. So where do you think about we're going to be in 2024 on my channel? And I guess it's kind of your channel too. You can say that because we've always been together since even before 2011, as I was your spare guide. And we've been together for all those decades. I think, if I have to be honest, I think that what's just going to happen is your channel is going to continue to grow. It's going to continue to expand. You're going to meet more new people or going to be very supportive. And then likewise, you're going to meet people that are not supportive. And, you are getting better at figuring out which one's which, which is a good thing. And I'm also very happy with the fact is that you're taking initiative in personal things in your life and a more hands-on approach instead of just intellectually talking about it. You're actually doing things to make changes in a positive way. So I think that's a great thing that we're seeing that growth on our channel. It's not always easy to explain that to everybody, but listen, folks, I'll tell you one right now. Michele is one of the most awesome people you could ever meet. She's a good person. Okay? She wants so much to share with you. Sometimes to the detriment of her own health. After all, she does what she does. She takes time out of her day. Normally, we're very quiet. We watch movies on YouTube. We watch videos on YouTube. We listen to music. We read news articles. Check the Discord. Check the Facebook. We don't normally show everything to the community, but we definitely do read your messages, and we try to mention things as we go. Sometimes it seems like it's hard to get information about us, but the reason we make it hard to get information about us is there are things that we don't really feel warrant a public viewpoint. We don't want everybody to know everything about us. I mean, I know that in the social circles, it's very common for, celebrities to pretty much have their whole life out there on the internet, or so it seems like, even though personally a lot of them would rather keep some of this stuff quiet. And the same is true with me and Michele. We don't always want to share everything. But at the same time, people have to understand we're also human beings, and we're trying to deal with the same issues that you do every day, and the same concerns and worries. Yes, Michele does like to buy things and spend money, but this month, because she's committed to paying off her debts as fast as she can, there's no extra room for error. And so she's trying to get everything paid off so she can show that she's being fiscally responsible. Right, that's true. And so, let me finish, go ahead. If you think Michele is being mean or being one-track mind when she talks about checking on her Patreon page or your Kick channel, please understand, guys, YouTube is not the only one that Michele brings money in on. And she wants so much to continue to share her time with you. And she realizes she needs to diversify her portfolio. Don't put all your eggs in the YouTube basket, because YouTube is going through a shakedown right now. And people who have been in this social media industry for a while, including Michelle, was like, we may not have a YouTube in a couple of years. Look how fast Microsoft Mixer disappeared. Look what happened with several other social media outlets. So she's like, I want to make sure to keep the revenue coming in, but I can't always depend on just one source. And that's why she's been pushing so hard to get people to check out the other channels. And I'm sorry if what Michelle's trying to do offends some people, but I understand the reason behind it. Yeah. And the other thing is, too, is that, like Lumi said, I sometimes do tend to be a little bit pushy, and I'm not trying to be. I'm trying to, let people know. Just like I did with the YouTube channel when I first got started, I was doing the same thing, pushing the channel ultra hard, and just to get the followers. This is before we even monetized. And that's been a good and bad blessing. The good blessing is that people got a chance to look at the content, and then later they decide to follow. The bad thing is that not everybody agreed it was a great thing. But, oh well, what are you going to do? There's not much you can do. Really. So, as far as me and the other issues in me and Michelle's life, I've talked to Carmen about it. Michelle's talked to Carmen about it. And so we cleared the air on that one. So we all now know what's going to happen. And see if we can try to keep things progressing positively for the future. So that's what we're doing. I think it's time, Michelle. I think it's time to get ready to wrap this video up because it's running long enough, and I think you need to maybe consider getting another video in on the spirituality stuff. We'll see. But you're right. I think it is time to wrap it up. Let me just say this, guys, is there's a lot about me you don't know. And then the detractors, the ones that do not wish me well. I'm sorry to disappoint you. I'm not going to give up doing my goal. I'm going to keep working to achieve success. Maybe it's not at the same level as you would like, but for me, success is something that takes time and takes time to grow, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to keep working on that. Right. So for now, everybody, I'll just say thanks for watching this, and talk to you later. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, guys. Oh, and don't forget to be excellent to one another. Yeah, absolutely. And party on. Absolutely. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, guys.